Reason housing costs keep rising in Maryland? It's complicated, but the governor says he has a plan, however controversial it may be. My name is Jenny Abimu, and I'm the Maryland reporter for WAMU. This morning, I sat down with Wes Moore and we discussed everything from the economy to redistricting. So stay tuned for that. You're not going to want to miss it. But today, we're talking about housing because the governor just revealed his legislative agenda on it in Prince George's County near a metro station. But that's just a preview of what he wants to do statewide. His plan mirrors what states like California and New York are already doing, taking housing control away from local governments and moving it to the state. Here's what's in the legislative plan: eliminating minimum parking requirements near transit stations, unlocking hundreds of acres of state-owned land for development, allowing smaller homes and smaller lots, and probably the most controversial, stopping local governments from changing zoning rules after projects are approved. This is what he said in our interview about the battle between state and local authority.
Does Maryland need more power in the states to override local decisions on housing?
Well, I think we need a combination of carrots and sticks. You'll see that part of our agenda is basically saying that that Maryland should have more say over how we're talking about state-owned land. That's land the state owns, so the state should have some say. That yes, we can build more housing there. That the state should have more say and authority in working with coordination with the local jurisdictions about how we think about transit-oriented development, how we think about density bonuses. But we have a housing crisis in Maryland and around the country. And I'm really proud of the fact that I've probably been one of the most aggressive governors in the country to be able to address it, to be able to address the fact that people continue to get hosed with these housing prices. But there's still more we've got to do. And I am urging our local lawmakers to work with us on this, because whether by carrots or sticks, we've got to make sure we are building more housing in the state of Maryland, creating more opportunities for renters to become homeowners, creating more opportunities for long-term generational wealth, creating more opportunities for renters to be protected in where they are, that we've got to create more inventory. And if we do that, then we'll make sure that we're actually building a state that is prepared for the kind of growth that our state is currently seeing.
This approach directly challenges so-called NIMBY politics, the not in my backyard resistance. A lot of people blame that for stalling housing in some of the most progressive, expensive states in the country. Supporters say that this is the only way to bring housing prices down. Critics argue it would sideline local voices and give developers too much power. Places like Montgomery County have already been moving in this direction locally, but this would take it statewide, especially along metro corridors. So if you live close to a metro station, this definitely impacts you. There's more from my interview with the governor coming soon, so make sure you follow and share because this is a policy fight you don't want to miss.